you're saying, yeah, just looking a bit deeper now, yeah, and just putting myself in my shoes, like, the honest truth, the story's the message. I feel like, at the start, coming from where I come from as well, you know, the fruits of the labour was glamorised. But what I was around to get to that point, you have one leap of faith. So to me, it was a form of escapism. If at that time, it was difficult for a man like me to do the Justin Bieber type of music, like to try and get myself out. But what was relating is what I saw. You understand? So naturally, like, to some extent, yeah, like it was part of me, but, and obviously for glamorization as well, but it is, I believe, it's not spoken. A lot of men in that situation, they're scared, they're trying to get out. And it's a balance of that fear, but that hope to get the dreams that you desire, innit? So,
you see, both of you, like, you have like really like deep stories and like where you're coming from and how you shared them and how you maybe didn't intentionally plan to tell it in the way you have, but it's obviously impacted. I see both of you in the scene and I see how you both impact a lot of young black men amazingly. But do you think majority of rappers are in that space like now? And do you think the generation of rappers coming up now are approaching it the way you guys approached it?
No. I'm happy for them now. I feel like they've seen, you were the phones on the chess table. They've seen
they don't even need to
the end of this game, innit? From our era, I feel. And it's so sad to say we had a beautiful music scene once upon a time, which a lot of it had been taken from traumas that we still go through, that vicious cycle.
100%,
so
100%.
A lot of the youth man nowadays, they're not trying to be bad boys too much to get out.
They more than ever.
Because there's such a small percentage to actually get on that side of the tunnel. Like
now,
literally, yeah, you're more likely to be dead, jail. Dead, jail. Last one is losing your mental.
Come on. 100%, bro. LeoStayTrill, like, he went viral, if I remember, performing his song in college. His whole college was going mad for the song, like. And now every college student and every person that saw the viral video was like, bro, like, my man's in college, like, performing. Like, he's welcomed in that establishment. But then you could no way man can even see that connection.
Get a student before you can even drop the next bar.
Like, more than ever, there is another option, which is, I think, very dope to acknowledge.
From young, I've always been music, like, I've loved music, innit? It's been around me growing up. But I think it was the accolades that made me want to do this. Cool, if I take it back to like primary school, like, cool, I had a Black Caribbean music teacher, Miss Coggins. I didn't really think music was my thing, but she said, you have a very good voice. Just have a very good voice. She's always drew me out. I want you to sing. I want you to do this. I want you to do that. We're like, cool. Going into secondary school, you know how it goes as lads, innit? Writing bars with your friends, letting them hear what you got. That was manlyhood, innit? You get me? But it's like people in my area could tell, like, this guy, he's got a little song. But life changed around 16, 17, 18. It's a bit more darker. This bubbly guy, this singy-songy, melodic thing, this Afro wave period, it's come to an end. Just like how the music scene is right now, drill. That was the time period for me where it was like, okay, people think I'm good at music, but this was also the lifestyle that was around me, that I was subtly involved in a bit, until the experiences started to get a bit deeper from my own personal traumas. So I lost one of my closest friends when I was 16. 1 year, 2 years older than me, but I looked up to him. Right next door neighbor, his mum was deaf and blind, but he loved my music. He loved it. So losing him hurt me, but also it's like, as he had a youth offender as well, when it like, he showed me, yo, try to do music. So I put that energy there, when sometimes energies might be going elsewhere in dark places, I do not know, but I found somewhere, you know? And what a lot of the people don't understand is, without music, my heart could have been putting energy elsewhere in the same places repetitively, and it could have got me in a could have got me in a long situation. But yeah, Tim Westwood's Crib Sessions was, for us black boys, the one opportunity out. It's proper ghetto.
Back in the day, yeah, real.
You know what I'm saying? I went built in this way, but I had to make myself in this way for this hope and glory to get out of the situation, innit? You know what I'm saying? So naturally, going back to the accolades, everyone in the community, the areas, like, feeling my music, feeling my style and rap, just that power and respect and glory just made me become it, you understand? So I feel like my journey and my story is still continuing because I've been blessed enough to be able to show the wider world, yeah, cool, a man is able to come out of darkness. But, you know, it's now just a point where a man can just show the light, innit? You get me? Yeah, like for me, that's where music has come from me, innit? Not many people see the hardships. Like, they'll see the algorithms from somebody and will run with that and think that's the authenticity and not understand the traumas and obstacles that we real people have actually had to go through. Comes with this position, innit? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like, that's my story really in a nutshell, innit?
Yeah, so with me, I started writing music because of my upbringing, and abuse actually is what made me write. My dad's Nigerian, and he grew up with abuse, and then he, I guess, passed on to me. So it's physical, and it was bad most days that I was around him. So I started writing stuff down, and I remember one of the lyrics I wrote, I was like 10, was, he doesn't raise his arms to pray or praise God, but to hit me instead. And from that, I just started writing poetry, and I was listening at the time to Queen Latifah, MC like Lauryn Hill, women specifically who were talking about, I don't know, just being different from the Little Kims or the Foxy Browns. It was a different thing, and I kind of tapped in consciously to recognizing that although I've grown up with parents that are both crazy in their own way, that there is something out there for me past physical abuse, past substance abuse that later ended up taking me, like, for a couple of years. Cocaine was all I did. I just dedicated my life to cocaine, literally. It was mad. So music started because of abuse, actually, but it then continued because I clocked that a lot of people have gone through a lot of the same things. I went to a private school, it was an all-white private school, and I felt so out of place. And I didn't feel, my whole time there, I didn't feel like I had people or like a clique or whatever. So again, writing because I'm feeling alone, I'm writing because I feel ostracized, and then as I've just grown and going through stuff in life, writing's the only thing that's kind of kept me sane. So I document everything I go through. That's why my music, a couple of years ago, it's all about cocaine and rehab. A year later, it's about becoming, 2 years later, it's about becoming a mother. So I just document what I go through, but yeah.
I'm like hearing, thank you for sharing, because even hearing your context, yeah, I understand why you're such a powerful writer. Like lyrically, like there's so much depth that directly and indirectly, like from the abuse to motherhood, that you're still, something powerful has been drawn from that to be able to allow you to write. So that's crazy. That's dope. That's dope.